Hello and welcome to Orphan Brick. Today's video will be a continuation of my previous video, and in my previous video, I launched a recreation of the Skylab space station. And well, I thought it's a bit boring just having it in low carbon orbit, so why don't I take it to Ike? So yeah, I'm launching this rocket now, which it's gonna dock with Skylab and it's gonna push it all the way to Ike. Except the mission won't be that simple. I'm gonna reveal how it gets more complicated later. Also, yeah, it's nuclear powered. We have a restock plus Chernov and nuclear engine, which means super efficient. And yeah, that small transfer stage will be enough to get us all the way to Ike. So yeah, we're doing our rendezvous. Well, we're first correcting our inclination. And then the standard rendezvous procedure. I've made a tutorial about this already. You can watch that if you want to know how to rendezvous. Just go to my channel and you should be able to find it. So yeah, doing my lazy method of getting a rendezvous. Well, I guess this day encounter. So just turning down the thrust on that engine. And yeah, doing the no, this isn't based on anything. I just thought it would be fun to send Skylab to Ike. Also, I had a contract to do that because yeah, this is my career mode save file. It basically a sandbox because I have so many funds I never have to worry about doing contracts most of the time. And I already have the entire texture unlocked. The contracts, they just serve as like a nice goal to achieve because just in straight sandbox mode, I end up just like doing nothing productive because I have no goal. Yes. Yeah, I had a contract to rendezvous in Dike. Rendezvous and dock, two things around Ike. And so I thought, why not put a space station around Ike as well? I'm gonna launch something else to rendezvous with it, and I could do that in a normal way, or I could do it normal way being you wait for another transfer window and do the mission separately, or I could do it the way I ended up doing it, which you'll see later. So I'm just getting the docking. When docking, you want to make sure you want your. So when the napple is set to target, the prograde marker is repurposed, and basically, how are you moving relative to your target? You want that aligned with your target. So yeah, we're about to dock. And docked. So now, we can just head to Ike. Except, well, actually, we're gonna plot our maneuver now. But we're not going to execute it just yet. Because if we just wait a bit, I'm gonna need to fine tune my maneuver. And so yeah, that's all. That one. Okay, so first burn done, so plotted, and then second burn done, and Of course, Kerbal Space Program is being weird because there's always going to be some slight inaccuracies with the calculations because, yeah, we don't have NASA supercomputers doing these calculations for us. So, yeah, it's not going to be perfect, so orbits will be slightly off. And so I'm setting an alarm for it, which you normally don't do for a maneuver because you can just time warp and do the maneuvers in order. And for some reason, it won't allow me to set it won't allow me to set a timer for the other maneuver. And so, I'm launching another rocket. If you see my Apollo 8 mission, it's the same rocket. I mean, I removed the habitation module, but it's basically the same rocket. And so, what I'm gonna do, or what I did, was I had to, at the same time as Skylab was heading to Ike, this craft will also be heading to Ike. It's basically unnecessary. I mean, it saves time, but this contract never expires, and you have time warp, so this is really unnecessary in stock, but I did anyways because I wanted to. So yeah, just launching. Up and randomly my map view filters reset. So yeah, we're just getting into orbit. Let's get in orbit. And so now I'm going to plot the maneuver for this. Listen, I'm still worried of this glitch where actually Matt Noun kind of experienced this at one point. Basically, so if you're trying to create a maneuver and where you're going to encounter another celestial body, and your focus is well as so we have a celestial body that has a moon. You are not at that celestial body, but you're focused on its moon. When you're creating a maneuver node, and you're still not at that celestial body, the game sometimes crashes. It actually did happen later in this mission. But I made it I guess the autosave had the autosave for once that helped me. And so now Skylab is doing its burn. Now my plan was that Skylab would arrive before the Apollo spacecraft. It didn't end up working out like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah. I highly recommend both the Restock and Restock Plus mods. They're great quality. I mean, a person who made those mods, the main developer, they're now working on Kerbal Space Program 2, which I probably should talk about because I play Kerbal Space Program and make Kerbal Space Program videos. Yeah, I heard about the announcement of Kerbal Space Program 2's early access release date. I've already marked it in my calendar. I didn't feel like making a full video about it because everybody else made a full video about it, and there really wasn't anything else I could contribute. But yeah, I'm excited. What even is this commentary? Yeah. Back to the mission. So, wait. Oh, yeah, we did our Skylab did its first maneuver. Now Apollo is doing its first maneuver. Just using the S4B. I say this is pretty impressive range for an Apollo spacecraft in Saturn V. I know Matt Lown took a Saturn V with modified Apollo spacecraft and lunar module to Tylo and back, but this is basically just a normal Saturn V and Apollo spacecraft. Well, missed a bunch. Well, there was a bunch of stuff that happened. That game crash happened, but well, everything. I got everything figured out. So both vessels are on course now, and I'm just redocking the command and service module with the S4B and deploying the solar panels. Also, I was thinking that like after this mission where I docked and crew transferred around Ike, I thought that would mean I could unlock the Dress contracts, but no, I need to do something I already did, so I need to do another Ike landing in return, so I'll do that off camera. Again, getting ahead of myself. Now, Skylab is doing its mid-course correction, except we are pointing the wrong way. And because we used the upper stage for part of transfer, which I always overbuild my missions. They always have more than enough Delta V, so we're fine. And again, same thing happened with the Apollo. Again, yeah, we have more than enough Delta V. So yeah, both vessels have done their mid-course corrections. I'm just using the RCS on Apollo to fine-tune its encounter. At this point, I realized that Apollo would arrive before Skylab. Also, I have no idea what's going on out there. Just ignore what's going on over there. I told them to be quiet. Oh. You can see how low the budget is. I can't even afford soundproofing. Or I guess I can't even afford, like... Yeah. Well, moving on. So, Apollo is inserting into Ike orbit. And I'm plotting the encounter with, probably not yet, just correcting the orbit. Also, this was the first time I've ever done a mission where I've had two craft flying at the same time. And there are some advantages, except those advantages aren't really advantages, because again, stock doesn't require you to save. There really isn't that much point in doing multiple missions at the same time. I mean, this will be helpful for basically, I'm already thinking about when I do I'm gonna do a Jewel 5. And I was thinking that I was gonna have multiple craft flying at the same time for that. So this is good practice for that. So I'm plotting the Apollo spacecraft, Ike orbit. And now Skylab is encountering Duna. And we're actually going to get an Ike encounter before getting to our Duna periapsis. So the nav ball is it's accounting for that. So we're actually off. It looks like we're off our maneuver, but But no, it was because like our trajectory would change because of the Ike flyby. So we're inserting into Juno orbit, and for simplicity's sakes, I'm first gonna correct their orbit. Like I'm gonna correct the Skylab's orbit, and then I'll have Apollo get into Ike orbit since that's all plotted out already. So that's plotting an Ike encounter, except it's retrograde. Oh, great! Just wonderful! More noise! I told them to be quiet. Guess they forgot. Oh. So Apollo is doing its maneuvers. Also, maybe I could have just designed this better because the crew are flying in eyeballs out orientation. And yeah, that's it. And eyeballs out orientation is basically where the crew. It's when the crew are facing, they're facing opposite the direction of acceleration. Eyeballs in is when you're facing the direction of acceleration. Fine. Okay. I don't know that much about the anatomy of Kerbals, but their eyes are already pretty far out, so it's worse for them. This is a weird tangent. Okay, so we're in orbit around Ike. Just gonna lower my orbit. I didn't want a circular orbit to help make rendezvous easier. Also, I haven't mentioned this I don't think I mentioned it in the previous video, but at the top, I have a Kerbal Engineer. Well, Kerbal Engineer Redux. So yeah, it has some information about my apoapsis, delta V, altitude, vertical speed, horizontal speed, biome, situation. But basically, yeah, all the stuff you could use for engineering. Someone in the comments told me to get it. Here's something that I don't think enough people realize. It's that you can get your apoapsis and periapsis information just in the normal view without Kerbal Engineer. By just there's a button called Maneuver Mode on that bottom left side panel, and when you click that, it shows you your apoapsis and periapsis and time till and your and just and I was used to using that before I got Kerbal Engineer. So also it's the placement, I don't know if I can change it, but it kinda that text gets covered up by the it gets covered up by the altitude indicator. Side tangent. So we're rendezvousing. I've undocked the transfer stage, and I'm gonna move it into a higher orbit. Well, and so I've undocked the Apollo from the third stage. I'm now gonna do the loud lazy method of docking, which I need to figure out some way of getting money from this channel because I have to pay the royalties for using this. I need to pay so many funds to Matt Lown for using this. This I mean yeah, it's one of my greatest expenses. But so yeah, we're docking, and I'm gonna say this now. Uh, this video is long enough. I'm not gonna show getting the crew home. I'll do that off camera, as well as doing another Ike landing mission. But the video is almost over, so I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and you've docked, and goodbye.